Alright guys, one more real quick. This one should be much shorter. First off, in the first video, I told you guys I would show you what the AC method meant. Like I said, it is the same exact factoring strategy as we use, whether you use the diamond visual or not. Same thing, but like I said, if you know what AC is, you could possibly YouTube other videos, like say YouTube's AC method. But I'll show you why it's called the AC method. Because sometimes the quadratic, or I should say, what is this, a trinomial, is written as ax plus bx plus c equals 0. And I'm sure you guys remember we got to set it to 0. And if it's not, I don't think we're doing it now, just heads up for when you do, say this is 12, you just do your simple linear equation. In minus 12, and then this u minus 12 to whatever c would be. Okay, well that's something different. Not even really what I'm showing you, but just a heads up, if you ever see it not to 0, that's how you set it to 0. Pretty simple, I'm sure you know that. Alright, so anyways, the reason it's called the AC method, you can already see. The A and the C. And say it's unfactorable to begin with, there's nothing you can factor out. First thing you're going to do is, well, really, we look at it as C times A, but as you know, with multiplication, it's reversible, so A times C. Therefore, calling it the AC. A times C, excuse me, I just ate, method. And it's Monday morning. I'll see you guys in class here in just a little bit, but anyways, okay, and I know some water got spilled here on my paper. But okay, so there's that. I did not make this video just to show you guys that. I just remembered I didn't actually show it. But that's why it's called the AC method. If you ever hear it called the diamond method, it's just because you use the visual, or you just factoring a trinomial is the, not this, that's polynomial long division, but is the method that we were shown in class. The actual, I guess it's not really arithmetic, but the actual work that's involved. All this is, that's just something they call it, and that's why. And the diamond method is just what they call it, but the work itself is actually just factoring, and it doesn't matter what in the world all this is, the work is the same. Anyways, okay, so this is something I ran into over the weekend that I actually had to go see a tutor, and when he told me, I was like, oh yeah, I remember now. But I didn't, and if it was my first time, which it's been a year since I had done this, so I had forgotten. It was just like it was my first time. I ran into one of these problems. It was like the second or third problem for me in polynomial long division. So this was my problem. Okay, and you see it goes from x to the third, x to the second, and then not 45x. It just goes to 45. Okay, and that was fine. I didn't even think anything of it. So, I found, x goes into 3, x2, and, this is more or less checking because you should know that one already, and then multiply it back, repeat the steps, it's fairly a pattern, and you get used to it quick. I know it seems hard at first, but you do. I'm sure some of you guys have already had. But my problem was here, I came here, that's smooth, right? Sure, didn't forget to flip my signs, but what I found here, okay, is I have negative 45 minus 12x, and I'm going, okay, basic combining like terms, you have to have an x here in order really to combine the two. You can't combine something without the same variable or without the same power. So I'm going, well, 57x, I don't know what else it could be. I tried it, I put it into the computer, I tried negative 57, I tried everything I could think of, and I'm like, it is just not working. And you'll see right here, that's what the tutor showed me. And then I remembered, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that's right. You need a filler in here, okay? Because you can't jump from third, second. It has to go in descending order of powers. So here, I really had to fill in here an x to the 0. Okay, and I didn't do that in this problem. I just made a note of it, and I went and I reworked it on my own. But and as you can see, I even tried to check my answer here, and this is how, when I didn't put the x to the 0, or I'm sorry, 0 to the, x to the 0, or whatever. Say if you have 3, and then it jumps to just x, then you need to put 0 to the second. Whatever, you just put a 0 to whatever power's missing so you can create your descending order. But when I tried to factor it together, as you can see, look, I have, and it's just going to be like x to the third plus 2. And that is sure not what I have up here. I have a whole nother number here I'm missing, you know, and I'm going, what is wrong? This is just not checking out. I couldn't figure it out. So here's an example of a problem, though, that I did. Do that, so you can very clearly see what I'm talking about here. Okay, the problem when I got it on the computer did not have this 0x. It was just really x to the third plus 7 to the x to the second minus 45. Oh yeah, that is the problem I reworked. Okay, I told you I reworked it. Anyways, but this is it. So here it is rewritten how it should be, or how you have to make it be. You have to add this in there, okay? So now I have third, 2, and as we know, really this is 1, and then it doesn't exist, or 0. And that was good. And then one other tip I actually picked up while I was at the tutor this Friday was when you change your signs here, you can do it if you want or not, but I think it is a really good idea to help you keep track of these. Instead of just going like this and saying, okay, I have a minus that needs to distribute, the minus turns this plus into a minus, and I think you can see already what I did here. If you remember, our professor said that when you see plus minus like this in future math, and you go, well, which one am I supposed to do? It's always going to be the top one. So whatever my sign flips to, okay, my plus was existing here already, okay, and I knew I had to distribute this minus, which changes it to a plus. So, but instead of, and he said that's what a lot of students will do, you have your minus here, and your minus distributes to it, and I said a lot of students will just go like that. Okay, yeah, that's true, but what if you forget you did that? And you go, oh, I forgot to, and you look back and you say, oh, that must have been my mistake. I forgot to distribute the minus sign. And then you change it back to a minus. Okay, but if you do this was so good. Mitch showed me this. Let me write it where I have a little more room, sorry. It's hard sometimes looking through the camera to do this. Okay, plus 3. Okay, but if I go like this, I know there's 2 signs in there. This marks my path. I know that I've been through here and changed the signs, and I know to go by the top one. It seemed like a little extra to me, but to be honest with you, it really helps and really does clarify. And as you can see, I just started doing that. I was like, okay, this was minus 12, but minus 12, you know, you'll get the pattern of how these work. I've ran into them where they do not come to 0 here, I do believe. I think in 091. But anyways, I already know I've been here, and then of course these usually in our problems here are going to cancel out here and be really 0 here, just nothing, you know, they cancel. So, and then this came to be -3, which was my remainder here, and you'll put that part in your answer, and this is the part they're looking for in the answer. Obviously they're not looking for that because they gave you that. So that's going to be, I believe, what they call the quotient, and that's going to be your remainder. And that's how you fix these problems. I hope maybe I saved the professor a little bit of time here by showing this. Oh, this is one where, see, I had to put one in for the second. See, it's a 0. Excuse me. And it was this the same problem? No, it wasn't the same problem. It just, a lot of these are close to the, yeah, -15, are close to the same. But anyways, you know, and there's my answer, and there's my answer, and now it was correct and didn't come out with some funky extra x that I don't know how to deal with, because I had to add that to make my orders of powers descending. Alright guys, turned out to be a little longer than I thought, but at least shorter than the first video. Thank you, and I hope that helps you guys. Even if the professor does go over this in class, you'll have something to reference back to. If not figured it out, cool. Disregard. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good day. See you in class soon.